All right. Hello, everybody.
Hello. Good morning.
Good
It's
morning, good evening, and good night.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're back. Buns, Burgers, Big Ideas. Thanks for joining us for another weekly episode. We don't have a guest today. Sorry.
We don't need a guest today.
No, we're the OGs of the podcast. Although we've been having a lot of fun with them. And they're enjoying it too, which is super cool.
Yeah? Or they're just telling us that?
Probably.
Yeah, that's fine. I like hearing good things. We'll
Just
continue.
all the good things.
Only good. Only positive vibes.
Only positive. Speaking of positive vibes, though, creating feel-good moments is one of our staples, for who we are as a company and our brand.
A long time. I remember growing up with creating feel-good moments.
Yeah. And I don't think, I'm just going to be honest, we're not very good at creating them.
Not it? No?
No.
Everyone always talks like the nostalgia. I remember when, right?
Yeah.
I remember when they used to do
when they were happy and they were colorful and they were now they're sad and gray.
I don't think we are. I think just moments might be different now too.
Yeah.
Expectations might be different.
Yeah. And we talk a lot about the value of McDonald's and who we are, and it's not just the food, right? That's just a part of the equation.
Yeah.
So there's more to it. There's the friendly atmosphere. There's our people, right? That really help drive that value.
Sure.
So creating feel-good moments is just a really crucial part of really any hospitality business.
Yeah.
Any, restaurant, hotel, Disney. Disney's got it down pat. They know hospitality like the back of their hand.
The experience.
The experience.
Yeah. I was hearing something like people pay for you purchase the product, but you're paying for the experience, right? And I think that's where some of the stuff gets lost, especially in this quick service world, right? Because we think it's just buns and burgers, right?
Yep.
Like we think it's just the food, but there's so much more to the experience that sometimes maybe that's where the golden moments aren't as much.
And I think that's also maybe shifted. So how do we make that experience more than just the burger?
Yeah.
People come to us for great food, yes, but they also want that experience. The world is experiential driven now.
Yeah.
So how do we do that? Well, I don't know. Let's take a look at this clip that I found, and we'll talk about it some more.
I found myself clearing appetizers from a table of 4 foodies on vacation to New York. I overheard them talking. What an amazing trip. We've been to all the best restaurants. Yeah, but the only thing we didn't get to try was a New York City hot dog. As calmly as I possibly could, I walked gracefully back into the kitchen, dropped off the plates, and then literally ran out the front door and down the block to the hot dog cart. I introduced it. To make sure you don't go home with any culinary regrets, a New York City hot dog. They freaked out. I kept on going back to the experience and trying to figure out what happened that, the whole thing went down. Like, what happened so that it could happen? First, being present. If I hadn't been present at that table, I never would have heard that throwaway line about the hot dog. Second, it required taking what you do seriously without taking yourself too seriously. A hot dog in a 4-star restaurant is sacrilegious, but look at the way it made them feel. It required the acknowledgement that if what you're trying to do is give people a sense of genuine belonging, one size fits one. I really do believe I could have comped that table a bottle of vintage champagne and given them a free bucket of caviar, and it would not have had the same impact as that $2 hot dog, because it would not have been specific to them. If you start to look closely enough, you will find opportunities to give people more than they could ever possibly expect all around you. It just requires caring a little bit more and trying a little bit harder.
How cool that he bought them a hot dog. Like, I can't imagine, I'm visualizing that table that he's describing and how, crazy they got. I'm thinking, jaws on the floor, like you just did that for us?
Yeah. Can I'm going to share. We were out, it was Valentine's Day, and we were at Morton Steakhouse, and my daughter's, so it was a family thing, right? We went out with the family, and Avery and Lily. Avery got her steak, and what was really cool about this, and this is where experiences matter, right? Morton Steakhouse, chain restaurant, steak is a steak to a degree, but the experience behind that, the waiter, and Valentine's Day, people are busy, there's a lot going on.
They're busy, yeah.
But he took the time, it was the funniest thing. He cut Avery steak for her. And she just thought that was like the coolest thing. And
Yeah.
like, here we are not having to worry about it. She's having the time of her life. Like, that's all of a sudden an experience to where, wow, I like, and now I'm telling you all, right? Like Morton Steakhouse, this guy was super cool. All of a sudden that, we just went for the food. You know, we knew we were going to have
Dinner,
decent food.
Valentine's
We knew we were
Day.
going to have a good time, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not necessarily something that you remember 6 months later or 6
Right.
years. But here we are. It's probably been about 6 years, and it's still in my head that like this was an awesome experience. And there's more like that. There's plenty of experiences
They're all
like
over.
that.
They're all over.
And it doesn't have to be this Morton's Fancy Steakhouse. It can be us. And I think we forget that sometimes.
Oh, 100%. We just had a couple episodes where we talked about people always in a rush. We've talked about tunnel vision and
Yeah.
just how focused we are on serving that burger, serving that fry, that we don't think about anything else.
Yeah.
We don't really think about the upset guests. We fix their issue, see you later. We don't take the time to create those moments.
Yeah.
And they're everywhere.
Right.
They're everywhere.
I read this actually, it was yesterday, that the culture of Chick-fil-A, because when somebody says thank you, what do they say?
My pleasure.
My pleasure. Did you know it took them, they said it took them 2 years to get everybody to say that.
Oh, really?
2 years
I did not
to
know that.
shift the culture to say,
My pleasure.
my pleasure, right?
I thought it was something they just did from the jump.
No.
So they shifted.
Yeah, they had to make that change, and they had to do it, and they had to, make it like tying their shoes where it just became this thing. So, but my point is that this won't maybe happen overnight for everybody, right? But we can give people experiences, and we have opportunities in the McDonald's world to help our guests have a better experience. Table service as an example.
Yeah. Table service is a great benefit that we offer. I mean, think about the mom with 3 toddlers and a baby, and she's coming into the restaurant. Instead of having to go wait in line to order or even use the kiosk for that matter, she can go sit down, place her order on the phone, and boom, gets it delivered with a smile.
Yeah. It's such a huge convenience. And if you've ever had little kids, like even grabbing the high chair and bringing it over to the table when you see somebody. I mean, I've seen moms walk in with, they'd have the tray and the
Yep.
baby and like, let me go grab the high chair.
Let me
for
help you. Let me at least do this for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you see somebody walking towards the door, whether it's, just for convenience, elderly, whatever, like running to go open the
it.
door for somebody. Like we can do those things.
So easy.
Yeah.
But again, it's not out of intentionality that we don't do those things. I think it's just we're not aware of them
Sure.
because of the XYZ things.
Yeah.
And so what I would suggest to our team or to anybody really in the quick service restaurants is really try to open your eyes a little bit and try to be a little bit more intentional with what you're hearing. When you're, maybe you're a crew person and you're out in the lobby wiping down tables.
Yeah.
Just keep an ear open.
Yeah.
You might miss that they want a hot dog.
It's the hot dog, but
But it's a hot dog.
It can be the really simple thing.
Right, because
Yeah.
he could have, like he said, promoted their whole meal, gave him a tub of caviar. That stuff's expensive, I hear.
Yeah,
I
right?
wouldn't know.
Caviar and what do you say? The
Champagne, yeah. And that would have not gotten the same impact or reaction out of the hot dog.
And I don't think it does because you can't buy experience. Like I truly believe that. I really do think that like sure you can do these bells and whistles, but like it has to be a little bit more genuine. It has to feel natural. And I think sometimes, like I said, we don't take the time. I don't know if it's just societal norm now that we don't open doors or what that is, but like how do we get back to some of that? How do
Yeah.
we get back to being intentional about creating the experience for our guests? And I know we've said it, right? We serve hundreds and hundreds of guests a day, but everybody is having their own experience, and we have to look to create that experience for everybody.
Even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it could be just a smile,
Could be.
right?
Could be a smile. Good morning. The back cash, them line's moving.
Yeah.
But during that 30, 15 seconds that they're back there, you can just chat.
Right.
Right?
One of
What
my-
are you doing? What are you doing today? You going shopping, running errands?
Right. One of
going
my
to work?
favorite things is like when I was in back cash, considering myself like that 10-second therapist, right? Like
That's perfect.
Yeah, you kind of look around the car, maybe it's nice and clean, like you must have just got a car wash, or you're looking spiffy, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they, like you said, grocery shopping, so you see the grocery bags, hey, quick snack, on
Yeah.
the way home, get home before your ice cream melts, like just making and having a little bit of fun with people
Yeah.
too. The other thing that I've liked to do, and it throws customers off, and I always find it to be the funniest thing, is because they'll hand you their credit card. Like obviously now we have mobile order and pay, and sometimes you'll have the name, right? But like see the name, say the name, right? Like connect with your guests. But if they're not using that, an easy way is if on their credit card, guess what? It says their name.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
so
true.
they'll be like, oh, thanks, Riley. Have a
Yeah.
great day. And they'll look at me like, wait, what?
How do
Like,
you know my name?
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
on your credit card. So,
Yeah, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's a fun one.
Listen to that team.
Yeah.
Remember, say my name. See the name, say the name.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where you see it.
But yeah, a great way to just kind of mess with the guest a little bit. Because sometimes they'll hand you like their wife or husband's credit card or something like that. Like,
Mary?
hey, Fred. Yeah, right. It's like, you don't look like a Fred.
Yeah.
But,
That's funny.
Well, maybe that's for the police later. I don't know.
But at the end of the day, these feel good moments are everywhere, and we can create them.
Yeah.
We can create them every day, every second, every order, every customer, and it's really not hard, and it costs us nothing.
Yep.
It actually makes us money.
It sure will. Like the experience, they can go get a burger anywhere, but we want them to choose us because of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like regardless of price, regardless of quality, regardless of whatever else that you're looking for in your meal, people will choose experience, and they will give you a little bit more leeway when things go wrong if you really invest in people and you find ways to have that genuine experience.
Did you know that you can actually create a feel-good moment even when you make a mistake?
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, we just heard from Brie earlier, and she mentioned the customer recovery process and how it's important to connect, right? Mm-hmm. You can totally create a feel-good moment by fixing it and really just being authentic and being like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe we did that. I'm so sorry. I own that mistake. Let me fix it. Oh, and by the way, here's this other thing for you. And I'm sorry. Like, let me know when you come through next time. I got your ice cream cone or something.
It's true,
you know?
right? When
and
you get 9 nuggets
leave,
instead of 10, right?
And now they leave and they're like, they didn't even have a bad experience because we went above and beyond and we fixed it and we apologized and we made it a feel-good moment.
So let's open some doors.
Open some doors.
Do some table service.
Get some hot dogs. No.
Right? Yeah. We used to. We had brats.
Oh,
I don't know
that's
if you remember.
right.
We used to have brats along.
I've heard people tell me about it.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, thank you for listening. We appreciate you taking the time. Let's create some golden moments for everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen, learn, lead. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining us on Buns, Burgers, and Big Ideas. We hope today's episode inspired fresh ideas for your leadership journey. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and keep learning with us as we continue to explore leadership in the QSR world. Until next time, take care and lead well.